Welcome to the Behind the Bench. It's your boy once again, Jay Shot. And what I'm about to speak is going to be controversial. It's going to be a lot of backlash, but you have to ask yourself the question, why is it not being reported? See, I'm from a generation, an era where sports news was news. Okay? And what I'm talking about HGH, PEDs, whatever you want, steroids, um, players in the past that was accused of using it, but and their name was on a ledger and they was never really found guilty, but in the public eye, they was guilty, right? Because their play increasingly got better when they got older, or they was already great. Now they looking like all world. Um, you know, I remember the A-Rods back in 2013. A-Rod, I remember they, it was accusations. They brought it up. He was he was he was crucified and everything else, right? Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire. Barry Bonds was so crucified he couldn't even be on the team. At one point, the San Francisco Giants didn't even want him coming to the ballpark. At one point, um, it was a lot of Marion Jones, Lance Armstrong. It was reported, but for some reason, ESPN don't want to talk about it when it comes to LeBron James. Why? They talked about it with everybody else, but what makes LeBron James so, you know, untouchable? Maybe this is what he talks about when he says, y'all need to give me my respect. Or is it because ESPN has a contract with the NBA and exposing the NBA, who they have a partnership with, could damage the NBA? And if it damages the NBA, then it's gonna damage ESPN, right? And it's gonna damage, the money that they get from the NBA to televise their games. It's funny how it was MMA fighters that was on this biogenesis in Florida in 2013. Who lived in Florida around that time? LeBron James, D Wade. I've seen a couple names: D Wade, Dwight Howard, Jamil Nelson, a couple college players. JJ Redick. I don't know if JJ Redick was on Orlando at that time. He may be in. Um, Come on now. Why is it not being talked about? Why is it everybody been having speculation on LeBron being on something for the last 10 years? You don't get better the older you get. He's he's not a god. He may be a god to some of y'all, but he's not a god. If you've been watching sports your whole life, you don't get better when you get older. I don't care. T.O. Terrell Owens was in phenomenal his shape, like his workout. Like if you look at him right now, his body still looks good. But he's old. That don't mean he could play the position at wide receiver now. But I don't understand why ESPN don't talk about it. They used to be about news. Now they just about tabloids. They not even tabloids. They cover up everything. Adam Silver, rigging games. Like the list goes on, people. Like it's hush hush. Like when the I can't think of the MMA fighter's name, but when he brought it up just a couple months back, did nobody talk about it. ESPN didn't talk about it. Fox Sports didn't talk about it. TNT didn't talk about it. Didn't nobody talk about it. The only people that was talking about it was people on YouTube that talks about sports. Other than that, they just ignored this dude like he's a dummy. Like, ah man, you can't take what he's saying seriously. But I remember growing up in the 90s. I mean, well, not growing up, but watching sports in the 90s, there was another person that was talking about steroid use in their sport. And he got blown off like he was a dummy, but come to find out, he had to laugh. And that's Jose Canseco. That's Jose Canseco. He was telling everybody what was going on in Major League Baseball. But then nobody want to take him serious because the names that he was putting out there, it was ridiculous. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire. He's like, nah, I know people that supply them with these steroids. You see what I'm saying? I bring this up because I want to know, what is LeBron's move? Now, your son, I hope everything with his son, I hope his son recovers and all that. Like, I don't wish no ill will towards Bronny James and the James family, but where if the truth comes out that Bronny was on steroids, you gotta look at his father. Like I said, a lot of us been speculating that his father been on steroids for like 10 years. And the MMA fighter said cardiac arrest is connected with steroids. They try to give us, oh, it was the jab. No, no, no. I took the jab. I took it. Then I took the Moderna. I ain't had no complications, no nothing wrong. My heart didn't swell up, nothing. I done had physicals, blood test work, ain't nothing wrong with me. But I just find it weird that they released that news that morning when it happened the day before. It's like they was trying to get their stories together in case something did happen. And then but now they trying to use the jab as a cop out. But I just want the news outlets to report the news, even if it is speculation. And if LeBron feels a certain way, then sue this man for tarnishing his character. But I just find it funny that LeBron always got to come out and say, I didn't cheat the game. I haven't cheated. How many times we gonna see an interview when he's talking about he didn't cheat the game? How many times did we see Michael say he didn't cheat the game? Allen Iverson say he didn't cheat the game. Tim Duncan say he didn't cheat the game. Magic say he didn't cheat the game. Bird say he didn't cheat the game. But for some reason, LeBron he gotta say it in almost every interview. I never cheated the game. Nah, dog, I believe you had. And it don't fit, my next question is, should LeBron retire? Like, his only game plan was to play basketball with his son. His son may never play basketball, not at a high level. And what is LeBron playing for? Is he playing for rings? Is the Lakers a favorite? No. Why is he still playing? He should be retiring. Honestly, let's go ahead and keep it 100. If you was in LeBron's shoes, why would you still want to continue to play? You done made all your millions. You done won your championships. You done got this little scoring title that nobody cares about. Retire, spend time with your family, be around your son. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man. I just want people to think and just question. Until then, I'm your boy Jay Shad. This is the Behind the Bench Network, and I'm out.